Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. I'm Samira and my YouTube name is Miraaspeaks. If you're new here, welcome. Please subscribe just to make sure, and click the notification button just so that you get a video from me each time I post. And welcome to my channel if you're returning. You guys are the real MVPs, and let's try and get this channel to 500 subscribers by the end of the year. I know we can do it. I'm gonna try and be consistent. I'm really trying here. I must say, I must give it to my mum actually. She is like, you know how people have like managers? My mum is my manager basically. Well, my manager, but my mum who manages me basically. So thank you all so much for tuning in today. I'm back with a video that I got a question for. So I got this back, I think just before the summer. I have replied to the person directly, but I just thought it's a great one to do a video about and can help somebody out there who's just probably starting out their first role or you know, is in the working world. So I'm gonna read it out. Sorry if I'm looking down. Hi Miraaspeaks. I noticed that I never mentioned my name in most of my previous videos, but my name is Samira if you want to address me that way as well. But Miraaspeaks is fine actually because it is also my name. Hi Miraaspeaks, it was lovely meeting you at the student event. I just wanted to let you know that I've started my first role in the working world and I'm nervous as I haven't worked in a professional setting and only graduated from university last year. Do you have any tips on how to achieve a good work ethic? Great video, keep them coming. So thank you so much to whoever sent this question. I mean, I've already responded to you, but it's also a great way to help other people who are perhaps also starting out and are a bit nervous. You know, when you come out from university, it can be very daunting coming out from a little bubble where, you know, you only have your lectures, you're at your own, you work at your own pace, move at your own pace into the working world, especially if you're in the city. You know, the city is very fast paced, hustle and bustle. Like the way people even walk, if a policeman said to you, oh, did you see the lady in the red jacket? You probably didn't even see her because you just come out of your tube station, you're straight to work, you're at your desk, you know, you're also in a different bubble. So I can understand why you're a bit nervous, but you know, it's fine. It means that you really want to do well in your industry. I'm not sure what industry you're in, you didn't mention, but it means that you want to do well in your industry, you want to prove a point while at work. It's a really good question that you've asked over there, so thank you so much for sending it through. So cultivating a work ethic actually, I think, comes from so many different angles, both internal and external. If you look at it, some of it is behavioral, some of it is what you can actually pick up from the outside, commercial awareness, and bring that in. So some ways that I think personally that you could cultivate a great work ethic or a good work ethic is to be passionate. You know, be passionate about what you do, what you are capable of also doing. I think there are two different things about having a job and having a career. Having a job is you just get up to go there to do the job and that's it. Whatever is about the where you are, you're not involved, you don't want to be involved. But having a career means that you are intentional about your journey, you are intentional about what you're doing, you're there, you're physically present, mentally present. So having a great work ethic will come from an internal thing of how you feel about the career that you're taking. For instance, let's say you are looking to become a barrister but you're stuck in a paralegal role. You know, that is not your job, that is not your career. It's just a job you get up to do because it's paying the bills. But if you are perhaps like me, I'm very passionate about my industry because it's a career for me. I love what I do. I just love being a company secretary. It's just, I don't know, a lot of people say they see the passion within me, which is great because that's exactly how I feel. So if you are passionate about what you do, you're passionate about the industry that you're in, that again will just come naturally. With all you have to do is build it with all the things that are around. So I would just say be passionate, see if it's something that you really want to do, because investing time in something that you don't want to do, you know, can be a bit painful. So to develop one way to develop a good work ethic is to be passionate about your career. Another way I would say you could develop a good work ethic in a professional environment is to show up. You know, it's one thing just getting to work, you know, 9 o'clock, sitting at your desk, lunchtime, 12 to 1, you get up, you go do what you have to do, come back, 5 o'clock, you leave. You have to show up. Show up for you, show up for yourself. be in the moment, be present. When you're in a work setting, I find in the professional industry, you have to show that them hiring you was not just, you're not just someone we just hired. You're somebody who, if we lose within the team, we're messed up. Like, you don't realize how the importance of somebody who was very valuable in a team can affect the dynamics of a whole department. So you have to be that sort of person who, in a way, you know, you're not replaceable, sort of. So that is one of the things I would definitely advise, is to show up when you're in a work setting. If you start work at 8 or 9, be sure to get to work at least 20 minutes early, have a bit of a chinwag in the kitchen, catch up with people. Hey, how was your weekend? How are things going? You know, that personal element of you as well. I know some people are just not chatty, but you know, petty things like even good morning, people don't even say that. Oh yeah, that's another topic for another day. I personally, I'm leaving, hey bye, have a good evening, things like that. You're showing up. You're not just showing up just because you're just there. You come in, you do what you have to do, but you also show up in a more personalized way as well. Another way that I would say you can cultivate a good work ethic is to build your commercial awareness. I do have a video on that which I would leave above. Commercial awareness is really, really important, especially in the legal field. The law is constantly changing, so being able to adapt and being able to speak to people about what's changing, what their thoughts are on the changes that are coming in. I was having a discussion with my colleagues the other day actually, and we were talking about the equality, diversity pay gap that they want to implement and what that could possibly mean. You know, it was not part of our day-to-day that was going on, but we just brought it up and had a conversation about it, educated each other about it, what their thoughts were on it. And that again is commercial awareness. You read up something in the City AM, in the Metro, on the BBC News, you get to work, you're like, oh, have you heard about so and so happening at ABC, and what their thoughts are on it, and bounce off ideas. Again, watch that video, and those are ways that you can actually build your commercial awareness. Another way you can build cultivate a great work ethic is actually harnessing some soft skills. This is something that personally for me I'm also working on. Emotional intelligence is really important. You don't realize some of the people that you would come into contact with in any environment that you're in. There are some people who are micromanagers. How are you going to deal with that? There are some people you have to work with in a team who are not necessarily team players. How would you deal with that? So you have to sort of know who you are and adapt yourself. Not change, but adapt yourself to the environment that you're in. I find that reading a lot, listening to a lot of TED Talks, listening to a lot of people, speaking to mentors, speaking to people who have been in industry longer than I have, is a great way for me to sort of check myself. Like, or maybe I do something at work and I react a certain way, but then in hindsight I'm thinking, I shouldn't have done that. So I look back now, speak to somebody who's very I'm confident in, speak to them and say, hey, I was at work today, this happened. Even sometimes with my flatmates, I speak to them, I was like, oh, I did this at work, but I wasn't sure if I reacted in the same way, or I reacted in the way that I should react. So your soft skills are really, really important. How to adapt yourself to people, adapt yourself to different environments. It's a great way to cultivate a great work ethic, because once people know who you are and what you're about, the approachability also tends to grow from that. So that's definitely something that I would definitely advise. And also other ways to cultivate great work ethic is also just to network, not only with your department but with other people in and around the organization, because you never know who you would come into contact with. And you can do this by putting your hand up to get involved with projects where you work with different people with different departments. Where I work, it's great. You know, I meet people anywhere, in the toilet, I meet people at the kitchen and people in the canteen. You know, you just, you know, have a bit of a nod here and there, like, I see you kind of thing. It's great, you know, you have a bit of a chit chat, you see what people are working on, what projects people are working on. I'm very heavily invested in inclusion and diversity. So the inclusion and diversity team, the people who I met in the kitchen, actually, believe you me, met them in the kitchen, and now, you know, they've opened opportunities for me to work in areas that involve BAMI, or, you know, BAME as some people call it, to be able to develop inclusion and diversity in the organisation that I work for. But yeah, put your hand up to work for undertake projects where you're working with the legal team, you're working with finance, you're working with HR, you're working with IT. You would be amazed the amount of people that you come into contact with, and that would actually broaden your horizon. Perhaps you might start off as a legal but realize that actually I'm actually more invested in finance, and then you move on to that. So these are definitely ways that I think you can develop or cultivate a great work ethic within the organization that you work in. Be yourself, be different, promote who you are, and put your hand up, show up, be passionate, and I'm sure you will do very well in whatever organization you find yourself in. Take care, and I hope this video has helped and inspired anyone. If it has, please comment below, please subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Take care. Bye.